Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the podcast. If you were on the Zoom meeting with me last night, you are probably so sick and tired of hearing my voice, but I'm back and we can talk about the Zoom meeting. We can start there. I'm just going to jump right into it. I'll stay on the podcast till as long as it takes for me to do my makeup because I am about to film a video on this whole. I'm going to drag everybody in 3 swoops. I'm going to get Lana, Doja, and Nikita all out the way in one video because woo chow. When we were in the Zoom meeting yesterday, that's when all of this broke out. Someone said something about Doja Cat getting dragged. And the thing is, I didn't know what Doja Cat could be getting dragged for. But this is never what I thought would be. But we'll get to that. Let's discuss the Zoom meeting. I had so much fun on the Zoom meeting. If you follow me on Twitter, I've talked about it. I had so much fun on the Zoom meeting last night. I'm gonna be honest, when I first set up the Zoom meeting, I was scared. I'm like, no one's gonna show up, or if they do show up, it's gonna be awkward. I'm gonna have to talk the whole time, and I really don't want to talk the whole time because if that was the case, I could just sit down and make a podcast. So I was nervous. I didn't know what it was going to be. When I tell you, it felt like we had known each other forever. It felt like we were friends. It felt genuinely good. I was pleasantly surprised. I had so much fun. I said these Zoom meetings were going to be every 2 weeks, but now I'm thinking I'm going to have them every week. Every week, we are just going to sit down and discuss the mess. I had topics, but my topics didn't even matter because you guys took control of the meeting and just talked about what you guys wanted to. It was so much fun. I literally had so much freaking fun. So I want to thank everyone who showed up to the Zoom meeting. We had a great time. Now, here's the thing. I know I said I was going to post the Zoom meeting on Patreon, and I can't do that. And here is why I can't. Because when I started the Zoom meeting, I didn't ask, and I didn't put a post on Patreon asking, was everyone okay with me posting the Zoom meeting? Yesterday in the Zoom meeting, it's when I realized my Patreon is a safe space where people were sharing stories and people were laughing and everything. And so I want it to remain a safe space. And the big part of having a safe space is consent. And I did not get consent from everyone who was there. If I could post the Patreon public, because at the end of the day, anyone could take that Zoom meeting if I post it and post it anywhere. And you just can't do that. You don't know what people want out there or what people don't. So I can't sit here and be well, I don't care what anyone thinks, so I'm going to just post it. No, people have lives and people just people don't want that out there. So from now on, I will make a post if I'm thinking that I'm going to post the Zoom meeting after. If you want to join, if you want to join, can I post it? And then after the Zoom meetings, I will ask, okay, you guys, I'm about to log off. Is everyone okay with the things that they said? And can I post it? Because I just don't want people to feel like we were having a good time. Topics went left and right, and you just don't know what people want out on the internet. Trust me, as someone who is heavily on the internet, people come to you about things and you're I didn't even mean that in that way. Things can get taken out of context. Oh, I don't even believe those things anymore. And it's just, I signed up for this. That's what I signed up for. I signed up to get dragged, to get canceled, to get everything. But you guys didn't sign up for that. You guys didn't sign up for your school to contact you. You didn't sign up for your job to contact you. Why are you doing this? Why are you fraternizing with this woman? So I'm just going to ask beforehand and after, before I in the Zoom meeting, is everyone okay with what happened? Because if not, if one person objects, then it doesn't go up, because I want this to remain a safe space for everyone involved, because we literally had so much fun and it felt like a safe space. I felt like I could share more. Next time I'm going to share more, because it just felt good. The vibe felt like a vibe, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you missed the Zoom meeting, you missed out on a good time. And the thing is, you don't even have to say anything in the Zoom meeting. There were so many people whose names were over, like they were in the meeting, but they were muted, like they didn't say anything. And it's just good, like you throw it on in the background while you're doing something. Like I saw people cleaning in the background, people having conversations in the back. Like it's just something fun. Like I just wanted to create something fun, and I feel like I did that. And another thing is what I realized is, wow, like I really have a community of people who really support me. Like when you are on Patreon or you are on YouTube and Twitter, like things just look like numbers. They just look like, you can't help it. Things just look like numbers. They don't look, you can imagine people, but it's hard to imagine people. Things just look like numbers because numbers is all you're seeing. I like to talk about this in relation to, I would never leave the house looking the way I look in most of my YouTube videos. Would never. And on average, when I leave the house before like quarantine, I would see maybe 40 people. At most, I would see 40 people when I leave the house. I sit in front of a camera and get between 20,000 to like hundreds of thousands of views when I post a video. And I'm okay with looking any type of way. My hair can look any type of way, because for some reason when you're on the other side of that camera, like you're talking into a camera, it really feels like you're just talking into a like it's hard to imagine that people are watching the videos, but seeing you guys in the Zoom meeting was just like real human beings with real lives are watching my videos. And like it was just a cool experience. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. And I thought I wouldn't enjoy it because I thought I was going to be awkward. It wasn't really about you. I'm like, I'm going to be awkward and it's going to just be weird. And I'm like, what if too many mics are on? But it was just perfect. People were respectful. They took the time to hear one another talk. And I'm like, we kind of got something going here. Like this really, like that Zoom meeting really, like, my thoughts on this Patreon, like really, I'm like, we have something going here. I'm excited to see where this goes, because I thoroughly enjoyed hearing all of your stories. So that was absolutely amazing. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and we got to get into the garbage. And the garbage begins with Doja Cat. It's so funny that we had a conversation about biracial people in the Zoom meeting, and people were telling their story about being biracial, and then Doja Cat does what she does. I find this to be so interesting on so many levels. Number one, Doja Cat needs therapy. Like, Doja Cat needs therapy. The things that Doja Cat is being accused of doing, and like we're seeing her doing on these webcams, is jarring. And it's jarring specifically as someone who is fully black. Both of my parents are black. Both of my parents are black Americans. So I don't have this identity crisis in the sense that I don't know where I fit. I don't know, like I'm a nigger. Like I know where I fit. I don't have an identity crisis in the same way that a biracial person would have an identity crisis. And Doja Cat is suffering from an identity crisis, but that does not change the fact that it doesn't matter what your identity is and what you're going through. You should never be a white supremacist. And then it opens up the conversation how biracial people can be white supremacists. It's the same way how like a biracial person can be very pro-black. We never think about the idea in the same way someone can be biracial, so they have a black and white parent and they identify wholly with their black side. Someone could identify wholly with their white side, and it kind of brings my entire argument together that we do biracial people a disservice by making them choose a category. Like, you have to be black or you have to be white. No one ever tells biracial people they have to be white, because white people are white supremacists, and a lot of them are white supremacists. Not all white people are white supremacists, and a lot of them don't want you to taint, I put in quotations, their race. And so they tell biracial, you gotta be black, identify with your blackness, not realizing a bunch of them they don't wanna identify with their blackness. They don't relate to their blackness. Doja Cat is a biracial girl who wasn't raised by her daddy. She was not raised by her daddy, and we never talk about that. And that's why I say we do biracial people a disservice when we don't allow them to talk about both sides of their family, because if we allow Doja Cat to do that, I think Doja Cat probably would have turned out a little bit differently. She would have turned out a little bit different. Or we would have known about Doja Cat more so than we already. Like, we just assumed Doja Cat was biracial. Like, she says the N-word. She's down for the culture. Like, Doja Cat seems cool. But I'm going to be honest with you, and you can tell me in the comments, were the writings not on the wall? Were the writings about Doja Cat not low-key on the wall? Like, now that you see it, you can't unsee it. And the writings really were on the wall that something was a little off about Doja Cat the whole time. But hindsight is 2020, and I was bopping to Say So and Rules and Mood just like the rest of the girls. And what's my song? Juicy. I was bopping to the rest of them like that. But I think Doja Cat suffers from a very, very sad identity crisis. Like, Doja Cat thinks she white. Doja Cat wants white acceptance. Doja Cat grew up around white people, and because she grew up around white people, she knew she wasn't fully white, but she thought in order to because Doja Cat is still very young, in order to counteract that, she said, I should be a white supremacist. I should become the house slave to white supremacists, and then therefore I can get this white acceptance that I crave. Because we so often talk about how, I was biracial when the black kids, I didn't fit in with the black kids, I didn't fit in with the white kids. But I always like to point out that the reason why you don't fit in with the black kids is because the black kids just see you as different from them, right? But the reason you don't fit in with the white kids is because they're racist. And I always like to make that distinction. It's not the same. The black kids don't want to hang out with you because they're acting like kids. Kids don't like to hang out with people who they think are different than them. The white kids don't want to hang out with you because they're racist. They don't want to hang out with you in the same reason why they don't want to hang out with the black kids. They don't like black people, and you are too close to black for them. And so when we don't talk about that distinction, it allows for a Doja Cat situation where she knows the only way to get acceptance from this white side. So let's talk about how the biracial kid, in order to get acceptance from the black side, they'll try to act more black, more stereotypically black. They'll pick up the slang and all of that. But no one talks about how then the biracial kid who wants to fit in with the white people will start acting like the white people, and acting like the white people that they're trying to appease is to be racist. Because don't forget my first statement. The white kids don't want to hang out with the biracial girl, not because she's biracial, but because they are racist, okay? They don't want to do it because they are racist. And therefore, Doja Cat got stuck in the middle of this to where she's like, I want to hang out with the black kid. I want to hang out with the white people. Doja Cat is damn near white passing. And so she said, I want to hang out with the white kids. And in order for me to do that, I am going to act like these white people. And she acted like them white people, and she was racist. By the way, I haven't even said, if you don't know what we talking about. Child, Doja Cat got caught on alt-right Reddit pages. She got caught in KKK Zoom meetings. She got caught in KKK chats. KKK, like, she got caught in a bunch of anti-black white supremacist, like, group chats and stuff. And it's looking bad. It is looking bad. The girls are saying she was making fun of Sandra Bland's death. Like, it's looking bad. I believe we're going to get a statement from Doja Cat today. I don't know what that statement could be. If I was Doja's PR team, because this isn't tweets. I always tell people that. You can defend some tweets, right? Like, if Doja Cat sent off some tweets, if it stayed to, like, the group chat, like the Reddit stuff, because if it just stayed to Doja Cat acting a fool on Reddit, okay, she's a troll. But this being inside these little alt-right group messages and letting them call you the N-word and letting them call you all types of things, and you're responding back, yes, daddy, and all of these things, like, this is going further than I've ever seen something like this go. Like, this proves that you're deep in it. You're deep in it. And then another thing that, like, sends my spidey senses tingling to no end is the fact that she was in this stuff a week ago, y'all. She was in these little group chats a week ago. She was in these little Zoom meetings, these live meetings a week ago. Doja Cat is Doja Cat. That means we got Doja Cat, that little number one, and she went in them little group meetings, them little KKK group meetings, and celebrated with them racist people. Like, this is a real deep, dark criminal link. Like, 6 days ago, because I don't know if you guys know who Earth Mother is, but she has a YouTube channel. She's great. She was talking, because she's biracial, and she was talking about how a lot of preteens go through this, which doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that a lot of biracial preteens go through this. But y'all, if Doja Cat was in this stuff the other day, Doja Cat my age, y'all, Doja Cat is a little bit younger than me, I think. Like, she crazy. Like, this is crazy. Like, and she's doing this for the ugliest of white boys. Like, that is what's really jarring. Like, she craves white acceptance, but that doesn't change that you should never do this. That's the thing. A lot of people are on the, who want to defend Doja Cat. They're on the internet and they're saying, like, Doja Cat didn't grow up around black people, so she didn't know what it was like to be black. 100%, I can see that. But that doesn't allow for white supremacy. Like, white supremacy is a choice. Like, white supremacy, if you didn't grow up around black people, I understand believing stereotypes. Like, if she said all black people do is eat chicken, that can be explained, but I didn't grow up around black people, so I just had to hear what people said. But it doesn't explain white supremacy. You made a choice. You made a choice that you believe but white people were better than black. Like, there's a choice being made. Am I making sense? Like, Doja Cat was making a choice, and the choice that Doja Cat was making was to shit on black people. And it's so funny that black people, we so willing to accept a biracial person. And look, and of course this is extreme. I don't want to throw biracial people under the bus in this way. Like, all of them are out there here doing that, because that is so far from the case. Most biracial people are not on alt-right group chats and on Reddit making fun of Sandra Bland's death and doing all types of stuff like that. I don't believe that is what most of them are out here doing, but some are, and Doja Cat just happened to be, like, have y'all seen the videos? Like, have y'all seen the videos of what Doja Cat was doing? Like, first of all, she looks like she's high out of her mind. I don't know if she is, but she looks high out of her mind. Either she's drunk or high, but that, I don't know what that's about. She don't look all the way right in those videos. And then they're just talking to her so crazy, and she's like pandering to them. Like, it's just real, like, slave play. That's what it is. It's very slave play, and it bothered me. I'm like, this is ugly. Like, this is ugly, Doja. So here we go. Here's where we begin to speculate. What's Doja gonna do? Do I think Doja Cat's career is gonna end? No. Like, let's get the absurdities out of the way. No one's gonna stop that biracial girl's bad. People love to forgive a biracial girl. They're gonna turn her into the sympathetic mulatto. Like, we already know how the story goes when biracial people do anything wrong. They turn into the tragic mulatto. And, it's a tale as old as time. And I'm not saying mulatto as a slur. I'm saying mulatto as literally the archetype that people give to biracial people when they get caught up in anything. They turn into, like, oh no, we can't let this happen to our good black person. Y'all know the sympathetic mulatto. And so, I think that's what's going to happen to her as far as career-wise. People are going to come out. I think Doja Cat is going to go full victim. I think Doja Cat is going to go full victim. I fell prey to these people. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I've never grown up around black people. Because let me tell you something. The only person Doja Cat has to make right with this is black people. That is the only people she has to make right. Because let me just tell you something. White folks don't care about white supremacy. Like, they love the fact that old black girl is out here. The way we was going up for Doja Cat, they love to see us fall a few notches. So, the only person she has to make this right with is black people. And if there's one thing black people love is when somebody be like, you know, I didn't grow up around black people. Black people have Stockholm syndrome. So they love when we get blamed for our own problems. There's a group of black people who love when you blame them for their own problems. Like, oh, I was making fun of black people. See, it's black people's fault why I was making fun of them. They love that. And so that's the play Doja Cat is probably going to do. She's going to go full I deserve sympathy. Like, black people didn't accept me. She's going to go full that because that's what the girls do. That is what the tragic mulatto does. That's the problem with the tragic mulatto stereotype, because that's what it plays on. It plays on this idea that black people are to blame for the tragic mulatto being so tragic, right? So, not realizing, girl, you fell victim to white supremacy. That's what you fell victim to. You fell victim to the fact that growing up, white people didn't accept you. Because they should have accepted you. That's what's so funny. The bill is never on white people to accept the biracial person. The bill is always left with black people. Black people are the one who need to do the work to accept the biracial girl. But we never ask the white people to accept the biracial girl. Do you see how it always falls? The problem always falls on the black girl. You see? Do you see? But I believe she's going to go the sympathy route. She's going to go the I fucked up. And then she's probably going to deny the things she can deny. So the stuff you can't prove. Like, it's like the stuff you could be like, you know, the people, I was hacked. She's going to go the stuff you can't prove. She's going to probably just be like, you know, you can't prove it, so it didn't happen. So that's probably the route she's gonna go to with most of it. But this is looking bad all around. I don't even know how to explain the badness. I don't even, like, this is strange. Like, the videos are strange to me because I can't relate. I can't relate to the white supremacy. So if you're someone and you know your own truth, I know. If you're someone who has been in, like, group messages where they talk bad about, because biracial people are not the only one who fall prey to this. Black people do. Black people, y'all all know the black girl who shitted on black people because she wanted to fit in with white people. You all know the black dude who shitted on black women because he wanted to fit in with white women, like he wanted white women. So this is not something that's new. So you ask yourself, have you ever been a part of this conundrum? I personally have not. But I mean, it's up to you. Like, that's just, it's really weird to me. And it's really the 6 days ago. It's really the 6 days ago for me. Like, you was doing this 6 days ago. 6 days ago, you was kikiing with white supremacists. Like, that is what's real. Like, you got money, like, in good wigs now. Like, I have to know how this is going to end. Like, my ear is glued to the metaphorical streets. Like, I need to know how this ends. I have to know how this ends. I have to know what Doja Cat is thinking right now, because whatever she says is probably going to be a lie, because the fact that she was in these things 6 days ago shows like she's deep in it, and that's sad. Doja Cat needs therapy. Doja Cat needs therapy to understand why she's rich but still in these little group messages. She has made it, and she's still in these little group messages. Like, she really needs to ask herself, like, what do we do? What do we do about this? Like, how do I get therapy in the COVID times? Like, she needs to be in somebody's Zoom therapy, because this is absolutely out of line. Like, this is out of line. This is bizarre, and this is out of line. But anyways, let's move on to Lana Del Rey, because when one mess starts, another one has just ended. And Lana Del Rey, she came with mess. Lana Del Rey came with a little mess for us to talk about. So Lana Del Rey got dragged the other day, and Lana Del Rey is one of those girls, like, you can't critique her. Like, I never knew this because I don't keep up with Lana Del Rey, but I never knew this about Lana Del Rey. But clearly Lana Del Rey is one of those people who are, like, above critique. Like, she doesn't believe she could actually be wrong. Like, how dare you? Like, you guys are wrong, because she believes so firmly in what she believes in that she can't be wrong. Like, she can't be wrong, because in Lana Del Rey's eyes, she is the end-all be-all to feminism. She is the end-all be-all to her beliefs, the end-all be-all to anything. So she believes she gets authority on, like, what she's talking about, but, like, she's wrong. And then so she comes back with her, like, I ain't gonna apologize to y'all, which I never in a million years expected for Lana Del Rey to apologize. Like, that's just not her. The simple fact that she put out a statement like that to begin with tells me she ain't the apologizing type. Like, she's not gonna apologize. She doesn't think that she's wrong. Because the real issue with what Lana Del Rey did is in the subtext. The real issue with what Lana Del Rey did is in the deep-rooted racism that she was doing. The I'm delicate. I'm like, it's in that. That is where the issue lies. And she doesn't see an issue with that because she doesn't understand why words like that are problematic. She doesn't. So why would she apologize when she doesn't feel like words like that affect people? Like, calling herself delicate and is like, it's a trigger word. Like, I'm delicate? No, you're not. Like, you're white. You're white. But you're calling yourself delicate because you believe that your whiteness makes you delicate, when, my friend, it does not. Your whiteness does not make you delicate. Your whiteness just makes you white. But she believes that she is delicate, and that just shows that that woman is racist. I hate that word. I hate that word delicate, because what does that word even mean? It means I'm a white woman. Because why would none of those other women be considered delicate? I will wait. Why would none of those other women be considered delicate? But Doja Cat, Lana Del Rey don't know nothing. The simple fact in her apology, she was talking about third wave feminism. You guys, third wave feminism started at the end of the 80s and, like, into the 90s. Like, third wave feminism has come, gone, been debunked, then got brought back once. And, like, third wave feminism is, like, it's a thing already. It is a thing already. But that shows you how little Lana Del Rey knows. She don't know nothing. She don't know nothing. She just be talking. She just be talking. And she thought if she just talked a little bit more, she go, like, work her way out of this, but she don't care. Lana Del Rey don't care. Lana Del Rey don't care. And so she ain't never gonna care. Lana Del Rey ain't never gonna care. It don't matter how much we drag her. She is never gonna care. She knows she racist to the root. She knows that she is racist to the root. And she really don't care about none of that stuff. And I'm just like, okay. There's nothing that I can say to Lana Del Rey. It's just, it's over for her. Like, it's lights out for her with me. With me, it's lights out for her, because, like, I don't play that. Like, I just don't like to double down on the foolishness. That's the thing. My problem with people is always the double down. Like, if you know anything, the double down is always the problem for me. We all do messy stuff. We all say things we shouldn't say. Like, I'm not about to sit here. I'm too grown to be like, everybody should be perfect. I'm too grown. But it's the double down. It's always the double down. When someone points out to you, hey, this ain't it, and you double down on the foolishness, that's when I'm like, okay, I can leave you exactly where you are, which is the gutter. And Lana Del Rey's double down was basically like, I don't care what none of y'all got to say. Y'all can say all that y'all want. It's not going to matter to me. So if Lana Del Rey don't care about our feelings, I can't care about Lana Del Rey. Next, let's get into Khloe Kardashian, because that's another person. All of these people need therapy. That's the name of this episode. Everybody who needs therapy. Khloe Kardashian needs some therapy. And I've been thinking this for a while. And I always make fun of Khloe Kardashian. But at this point, I don't even want to make fun of her right now. I want Khloe Kardashian to get therapy. Khloe Kardashian is going through something, and I'm beyond making fun of people for plastic surgery. I'm beyond making fun of people who think that they're ugly. Like, I'm not a kid anymore. So I can't. Khloe Kardashian thinks that she's ugly. And she has reason to believe that she's ugly because we all call her that. And all these men she be with keep cheating on her. Then people call her child ugly. So she has reason to believe that. And I'm not about to sit here and excuse myself of the responsibility in that. Like, I don't have a positive thing to say about Khloe Kardashian's looks. So I'm not about to excuse myself of the guilt when it comes to that. Because I'm guilty. I am guilty of not caring about Khloe Kardashian's feelings because she don't care about mine, and that's why she's ugly. But I'm also not about to apologize for that because I'm not about to sit here and act like I care. Like, I said what I said. Like, it's one of those things where I said what I said. But am I guilty? Yes, but I said what I said. But I'm 100% guilty in being the reason why Khloe Kardashian has low self-esteem because, you know, I'm that person. I said it, and I stand by it. I think Khloe is ugly inside and out. So I will hold tight to the fact that I am the reason why Khloe Kardashian and many, many other people are we're the reason why Khloe Kardashian has low self-esteem. So now that I've marked myself guilty, here is the thing. Like I said, I don't care, but I do want her to get therapy. I do want her to get therapy because it's getting weird. The face tuning, this is not just a Khloe's issue. This is there's a problem with the culture of people overly face tuning and proving that they hate themselves. And Khloe hates herself. Like, Khloe hates herself, and she doesn't know how to cope with the idea that she hates herself. And no matter, like, Khloe has had all that work done, and she's still on Facetune trying to make herself look like a totally different person. How do you put up a picture that looks nothing like you? Like, I need someone to explain that to me. How does that work? Where does that make sense? Like, I'm going to put up a picture that looks absolutely nothing like me. Like, nothing like me. Like, I don't understand where 1 + 1 starts to equal 2 there. Like, but it shows like she's living in some, this is how I wish I looked. This is how I want to look. Like, it's sad. It's absolutely sad what's going on in that household. Do I feel bad for Khloe? No. Like I said, I called her ugly. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I ain't never called Khloe ugly. What? For what? Why would I sit here and tell that lie to y'all? I have called Khloe ugly and meant it. And meant it several times. But I'm not going to act like that don't play a part in why Khloe hates herself. Like, we be sitting here calling Khloe ugly. But I don't like Khloe. And I don't care about Khloe's feelings. So why would I care if I call that girl ugly? But no, I shouldn't say those things. I will take credit. I should not say those things about people. And the thing is, I don't say those things about people. You can ask anyone who knows me. You can look on Twitter. I don't just be out here calling people ugly. That's not my go-to insult because we all ugly to somebody. And so why would I be out here saying that to people? I call Khloe ugly just because of who she is. Who she is what really makes her ugly to me. And it's not about her looks. But when that picture posted the other day and I saw that, I'm like, does Kris Jenner think she, like, succeeded as a mother? Like, does Kris Jenner sit at home like, I succeeded as a mother because all my children are rich? Or do you sit back and think, like, all my children had to change the way that they look in some way, minus Kourtney? And she's like the one you like the least. All my children had to change something about themselves for them to get popular, for them to even feel comfortable with themselves. And like, I allowed for it to happen. Like, do you feel are you proud of that? That would be my number one question to her. Like, are you proud of what your daughters are? The answer will be yes, because I think she's the morally corrupt Kris Jenner. Like, she's morally corrupt. She don't care about them children. As long as them children are bringing in money, that woman don't care. That woman does not care. As long as she get her little percentage off the top, from being their manager, she is not about to care about their feelings. And it's sad because everyone deserves a loving mother. And Kris Jenner is nothing of the sort. She's nothing of the sort. Well, anyways, those are just the topics I wanted to come through with. I don't think I have anything else to say. And I'm almost wrapping up my makeup. And I'm going to film a video because the people on YouTube are going to complain if I don't give them a Lana Del Rey and Doja Cat video. They already complain that you guys get the best content. So let me appease everybody. So I'm going to go give them their video on Doja Cat and Lana. It'll be a lot more politically correct over there. But I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on what's going on in the space. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you'll hear me in the next one. Bye-bye.